Good morning, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with today's tropical update for Thursday, August 19th, 2010. Tropics remain quiet today. We are watching a couple areas of interest today. We had this one area right here moving into the Western Caribbean. National Hurricane Center has been drifting between 10 to 20% chance of this developing. Again, I don't see this developing. It's starting to run out of real estate here as it'll move on to the Central American Yucatan Peninsula area. We have a little upper level low right here north of the Yucatan. So this is spreading some, you can see the cloud motion here, spreading some shear onto this system, and pressures are high. So I don't see this developing. Still watching the remnants of TD number 5 here in Mississippi. Interesting enough, the Euro model actually brings this back into the Gulf of Mexico next week, if you could believe it. We may never get rid of this system. This system may be hanging out here all summer, the rest of the summer. So interesting there to watch, just crazy. Upper level low here, this will not be developing anytime soon. And you can see the rest of the tropics, the Atlantic here, very quiet as this stable air continues to plague the Atlantic. All right, let's move off to the eastern Atlantic, off the African coast. This is what everybody's watching for the next few days as we move into the weekend for tropical development. And we're going to be watching this area right here to the south of the Cape Verde Islands now, as this system has moved off the African coast. And we're going to watch this system come together right in this area here. Cape Verde Islands are right here. So we're going to watch for this right here develop next couple days. All the models show this a system developing just to the southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, right in this area this weekend. So we'll watch this move west. National Hurricane Center should track this as an area of interest probably later today. And we'll probably see an invest started on this system as well, probably later today or tomorrow. Looking at the ASCAT, this is from last night, so this is about over 12 hours old already. This is when the system was still out here. But you can see some good westerly and southwesterly winds starting to develop, and you can see this is where this area, now that this area is farther west, this is where it's going to start cranking up and start developing as it moves to the west. Shear here, this is for the Atlantic, then we'll move out to the African coast in a second. You can see that upper level system near our area of interest here in the Western Caribbean, so I don't expect this to develop, and shear is very high in the Gulf right now as our big area of high pressure is really bringing a lot of shear in the Gulf of Mexico. There's that upper level low I was showing you. Another big TUT feature here. Starting to move west, and this is really opening the door for big area of high pressure developing in the Central Atlantic here. And as you're going to see in a minute, this is going to be prime for this system off the African coast to really start developing. If it does develop, this is going to be good for it to really start cranking out here as it moves west. And again, off the African coast, you can see right now this area is under a little weak area of high pressure here. So shear is pretty light off the African coast. And as it moves westward, you see this big dome of high pressure on the east side of that TUT. And this is going to be good for development of this system as it moves west. So let's look at the models again today. You know, we've been looking at these all week, and you know, just looking at it, seeing where this system may go if it does develop. All the models are still developing this system, so the chances of seeing a system by this weekend is pretty good out there in the Eastern Atlantic. So first off, here's the Canadian model, again developing this system here this weekend, and then this is through Monday night. And what we're going to be watching for next week, and I'll show you on the other model runs, is we're going to have this trough off the East Coast. We're going to have a couple low pressure systems develop off this trough, and we're also going to have another upper level low here start really cranking up here by Wednesday. You can see it starting here on the Canadian model right here off the East Coast, and this is going to induce this to move north of the islands and then possibly out to sea. We'll have to see if that develops. That's what we're really banking on to get this thing out to sea, is to see this upper level feature develop out here off the East Coast. So we'll have to watch that and see if that happens. The Canadian model is showing this, and again, it's going to be a close call here whether this happens or not. No gaps model, again, this is no gaps model a little slower here, but you can see it keeps more of a high pressure here over the Western Atlantic here. So that's interesting to see there with the no gaps. And then here we go. This is the GFS model. Everything's from 0Z just to keep things consistent. And here we go, seeing it developing again this weekend, moving it. And then all of a sudden now, watch what we're going to see off the East Coast here. We're going to see by midweek this upper level system and even surface low develop. And then this is going to induce that weakness in the subtropical high, and boom, just to the east of Bermuda. So that's what we're really going to be watching to see if that happens. If we do get this upper level low and this trough here off the East Coast to develop to induce this system. If not, the system could go farther west. So that's really what that's the main player here and where this system goes. And of course, we don't know strength of this system yet. This is all hypothetical by the models. Could it be a weaker system? Could it be a stronger system? Those are variables we don't know yet. So track is still uncertain at this time. But this is what we're going to be seeing as far as a synoptic pattern. And the Euro model is going to be showing the same thing here, as you can see. And boom, look at this. Actually develops a pretty decent surface low off here. So that's another thing we're going to be watching too, to see this trough off the East Coast early next week into midweek. You know, we could even get development off of this thing, some homegrown development. And here you go, remnants of TD5 again, trying to get back into the Gulf by the Euro model mid to late next week. Crazy system there. But again, that's what we're going to be watching to see if this system does move out to sea or not. Will we get this low pressure to develop, either upper, mid, or even surface low to develop off the East Coast here by midweek and kind of make this system move more towards the north? So that's what we have today in the tropics. Again, through the weekend, everything should be good news for the United States. No threats this weekend for the United States. And over the weekend, we're going to be watching the development of this Eastern Atlantic system, and might be tracking a system all next week across the Atlantic. That's it for today. Have a good day. Stay tuned to liveweatherblogs.com for your latest on any severe weather or rainfall across the United States today. Have a good day.